In the darkest years of the Cold War, when the world believed the Soviet Union was an impenetrable fortress, guarded by nuclear missiles and secrecy, the United States was doing something extraordinary. In the late 1950s, fear defined global politics. The United States did not know how many nuclear weapons the Soviet Union possessed, nor how quickly they could strike American soil. Intelligence gaps where dangerous assumptions could lead to catastrophe. Out of this uncertainty emerged one of the boldest technological achievements of the era, the U-2 spy plane. Designed in secrecy and operated by the Central Intelligence Agency, the aircraft could climb above 70,000 feet, a height where Soviet fighters could not reach and existing missile systems struggled to function. At that altitude, it was believed to be untouchable. The U-2 was not just an airplane, it was a symbol of American innovation, engineering brilliance, and strategic nerve. The stealthy black aircraft with glider-like wings represented a leap in aviation technology, pushing the boundaries of what was deemed possible at the time. Its capabilities went far beyond traditional reconnaissance planes and marked a new era in aerial espionage. Each mission was meticulously planned, months in advance, by a team of top intelligence officials and military strategists. The pilots underwent extensive training to simulate the high-altitude conditions they would face during the mission. The U-2 spy plane was carefully prepared for each flight, with engineers running thorough checks on every system to ensure it could withstand the extreme conditions of flying at over 70,000 feet. As the pilot ascended into the stratosphere, they entered a realm where the air was thin. Temperatures dropped dramatically, and the slightest miscalculation could lead to disaster. Despite the risks involved, these courageous pilots flew with determination and precision, navigating through hostile airspace and capturing vital reconnaissance data that would shape the course of history. The highly sophisticated cameras installed on the U-2 spy plane were unmatched in their capabilities at the time. These cutting-edge cameras were able to capture images with unprecedented clarity and detail, providing analysts with invaluable insights into Soviet military activities. The photographs taken during each mission revealed hidden missile installations, classified airfields, and other top-secret facilities that had previously eluded detection. The ability of the U-2 cameras to zoom in on specific targets from extreme altitudes revolutionized aerial surveillance and reconnaissance. The intelligence gathered from these images not only shaped US foreign policy, but also laid bare the extent of Soviet military infrastructure, dispelling myths of invincibility and exposing vulnerabilities that would have a lasting impact on the dynamics of the Cold War. Russian engineers and military strategists were in a frenzy to develop a countermeasure to the elusive U-2 spy plane. The challenge of creating a missile capable of reaching the stratosphere was unprecedented and demanded radical innovation. Years of research culminated in the development of the SA-2 surface-to-air missile system, a revolutionary weapon specifically designed to target high-altitude aircraft. Soviet scientists pushed the boundaries of engineering, employing cutting-edge technology to track and intercept fast-moving targets at extreme altitudes. The introduction of the SA-2 marked a significant shift in aerial warfare, posing a serious threat to American reconnaissance missions. The promise echoed through military corridors: the next intrusion will not go unanswered. On that fateful day, the sun had just risen above the clouds as Francis Gary Powers embarked on his mission aboard the state-of-the-art U-2 spy plane. The cockpit was a symphony of dials and switches, each serving as a lifeline high above hostile territory. Powers' heart raced with a mix of excitement and trepidation as he steered the aircraft toward the looming Soviet border. Every sound, every vibration in the cockpit was magnified by the knowledge that, at any moment, he could be intercepted by advanced fighter jets or anti-aircraft missiles. With each passing minute, Powers' training kicked in, his mind sharp and focused on capturing vital intelligence while ensuring his own survival. Little did he know that this mission would forever alter the course of Cold War history. The turbulence in the sky seemed to echo the political tension between the two superpowers, as Francis Gary Powers found himself in a desperate fight for survival. After the missile hit the U-2, The cabin was filled with smoke and deafening noise, defying all his instincts as a trained pilot. Amidst the chaos, Powers fought to maintain control of the shattered aircraft, knowing that every wrong move could seal his fate. As land rapidly approached and enemy lines became clearer, an icy silence hung over the shattered cockpit, marking the moment the mission's mirage of invulnerability shattered and the harsh reality of imminent capture set in. The collapse of the major summit in Paris sent shockwaves through the global diplomatic community. What was supposed to be a pivotal moment in easing Cold War tensions turned into a public display of distrust and animosity. Delegations from both superpowers had gathered with hopes of finding common ground and building a foundation for future cooperation. However, the revelation of the U-2 spy plane incident shattered any semblance of progress. Accusations flew across the table, with fingers pointed and voices raised in anger. The once promising talks dissolved into a standoff, each side retreating to their respective corners with renewed suspicions and hardened stances. The failure of the summit underscored the fragility of international relations during the Cold War era, where even a single event could derail fragile attempts at peace. The U-2 incident served as a stark reminder of the precarious technological balance between advancements and the potential for catastrophic escalation during the Cold War. Both superpowers were acutely aware that their pursuit of intelligence superiority through cutting-edge aircraft and surveillance systems came with inherent risks. The United States, through the U-2 program, had pushed the boundaries of aerial reconnaissance, acquiring critical information that shaped strategic decisions at the highest levels of government. However, the shoot-down of the U-2 plane underscored the dangers of pushing too far, too fast in a high-stakes game of espionage and deterrence. The Soviet Union's successful interception of the U-2 aircraft was not just a military victory, it was a demonstration of their resolve to defend their airspace and sovereignty against perceived threats. In the aftermath of the incident, both nations found themselves teetering on the edge of a potential conflict, sparked by technology outpacing diplomacy. The delicate dance between intelligence gathering and international relations required constant recalibration to prevent miscalculations that could have dire consequences for global stability. The aftermath of the U-2 incident revealed a complex web of diplomatic maneuvering and strategic recalibration. While the shoot-down of the spy plane was seen as a significant setback for US intelligence operations, it also served as a catalyst for reevaluating Cold War tactics. American policymakers realized that relying solely on advanced reconnaissance aircraft posed inherent risks and vulnerabilities. The discussions unfolded within the highest echelons of government. A new strategy emerged, a shift towards more diversified intelligence gathering methods. This marked a turning point in how the United States approached intelligence operations during the Cold War. The U-2 incident forced military and intelligence agencies to adopt a more holistic approach to gathering information, including investing in satellite technology, human intelligence assets, and signal intercept capabilities. The lessons learned from the U-2 shoot-down fundamentally transformed how the U.S. conducted espionage activities, ushering in a new era of intelligence gathering that would ultimately shape the outcome of future conflicts and geopolitical dynamics. The pivotal moment of the U-2 spy plane being shot down over Soviet territory was a stark reminder of the delicate balance between technological advancements and the specter of potential global conflict during the Cold War era. It epitomized the intricate dance of power, pride, and politics that defined the relationship between the United States and the Soviet Union. The incident reverberated across diplomatic corridors, resonating with both superpowers and laying bare the fragility of international relations in an era marked by mutual suspicion and military posturing. The fallout from the shoot-down underscored that even in the midst of intense rivalry, a single misstep could have catastrophic consequences. It served as a sobering lesson for policymakers on both sides about the dangers of brinkmanship and highlighted the fine line between deterrence and escalation in a world fraught with uncertainty. If you want more stories about moments that nearly reshaped the world, subscribe. If you want more stories about the moments that nearly reshaped the world, the decisions made under pressure, and the hidden turning points of history, subscribe. Because the Cold War was filled with events where one action, one flight could have changed everything.